racing at the new Pigs Cliff. This track is one of the most dangerous, as the infield is an enormous cliff down into a lake. One wrong turn, and these drivers can end up in that lake. This track is an odd shape. This track is extremely fast.
Okay, so slight issue.
And here's the starting lineup.
Okay, we are back. Sorry about that. So yeah, it looks like there was some issues with Mike Jones and Orr, so we will definitely have to keep an eye on them and see if any of them take a early pit stop in this next green flag. As we still look like we still have about another lap left. We can fast forward a little bit to catch up to the live stream.
Flag has fallen. And the cars immediately start spreading out, taking advantage of this very wide track.
And fast forward a bit.
Turns are almost as fast as the straightaways. Multiple 3 wides and even a few 4 wides from front to back.
And now we are on the final caution lap. Looks like it paused a little bit longer than I thought we did.
Some rare right-hand.
And here we go.
Oh, and as they exit turn 3, but
So we can definitely keep an eye on all of those in the back that have a little bit of damage going on.
enter 4 wide into the final corner of the track.
So we look back, looks like Rojas is still leading the player cars. We'll definitely keep an eye on that a little bit later.
Multiple cars involved. Oh,
As they're coming down, I believe in the back stretch, getting ready to go green.
and 37 goes flipping and hard into the wall. As cars start racing back to the line. Leaders are now in a mad dash trying to earn as many positions as they can as they enter in turn 6. There's huge amounts of 3 wide and 4 wide, and they touch again. Hard into the wall. Multiple cars in that second lead group are hard into the wall. And they also
Yeah, as we come in to see if we can give Kinshaw's going to, or as Kinshaw takes this green flag, as he's led a couple of laps under this caution flag. We'll definitely see if the 2-tire strategy is going to work for him.
you can still see the remnants of the crash in the back.
It may not work, but we'll see as they come down for the green flag, see if he can hold off the 92 of Gennard.
We can see the cars are slowly coming down, and it looks like number 13
And they take the green flag.
sends him right into the
And it looks like he did get a decent rough run off that green flag. But Gennard is going to try to catch up to him. As we will go back and look at a couple of player cars racing. The number 12 gets easily past the 98 as, yeah, Jones definitely has some issues with that car as he is dropping back very, very quickly. We see the damage on the 36 as it's driving by, but it looks like as of right now it is not hurting him too much. We'll see later on in the race if that comes back to haunt him. But yes, the 18 is just dropping like a rock right now. So maybe there is a little bit more damage done to him than it looked like. As it looks like, yeah, it looks like a tanker for some reason is taking a green flag pit stop right now, which is a terrible idea unless there's something mechanically going wrong with that car. We will keep an eye on that to see if anything comes of that. But yeah, definitely not great timing to take a pit stop under green, especially one right after a caution ended. As we have Walker Sr., looks like he is battling the number 8 car. We see who Rojas decides to help, which looks like he's helping the number 8 slightly, which lets the number 8 go by him, and Rojas got a great run out of that corner. It looks like he may be able to pass the 2 of Walker Sr. pretty quickly. So we take a look at the leader, which is Gennard. Yeah, it looks like the pit strategy of 53 did not bode very well, as we can see 53 is dropping back. Looks like he's 5th, about to drop down to 6th. We see Tanker still being worked on. Though the 32 of Cross has passed the 24 of Orman, so definitely is able to keep up a little bit with some of the back end cars. Hopefully the 18 of Jones has stabilized a bit, as it looks like he is battling number 98 for position. As we see a bunch forming right here with the 99, the 43, and the 55. So we watch as the 55 going. Walker is actually, Walker looks like he may be off the pace slightly, as he was actually up there, a lot further up there, but looks like he is dropping multiple positions, though not entirely sure why he is dropping. We'll definitely have to keep an eye on him. Yeah, looks like he is bunching up an entire stack of people. There's Orth battling it out on the battle out number 27. Yeah, as Walker continues to drop, so we will keep an eye on him, seeing if he has to make a pit stop under green as well. But as of right now, he is just dropping back as drivers are racing up here. Number 857 battling it out. So definitely some very good racing. It looks like Tanger's still in the pits, though. Not sure what is going on there. Oh, and it looks like Merrill took that turn, or that corner, in the wall. Not sure if he's having some issues, though. It looks like he is going into, it looked like he was going to the pits and then just sped past multiple people. I thought for a second it was a caution flag. So we scroll up to see, oh, it looks like there was a crash. Yeah, let's pause and see what happened there. It looks like there was an accident. It looks like a pretty massive one as well. There were multiple cars in the pits.
As well as the 98, but I believe the 22 is not going to be able to finish this race.
So we go up forward to see if we can see.
Back to the line.
Where did this crash start?
The 49 is holding.
Oh, looks like, oh man, looks like Lopez already was not having the greatest day.
As the leaders take the caution.
Now it looks like he is on his top spinning. So it looks like, yeah. So Batson just got a run on him, and he tried to close the door and just did not get there in time. Looks like Batson was able to get through, but sent him straight into the wall, and then the 99 hard hit into him, puts him on his top,
And let's take
has him spinning
Goodyear blimp and what he sees.
as he decides to see if he can get back on his wheels.
1 and 2.
Though it looks like he may, there we go, now he's going, maybe, nope. Oh, there we go, now he's back on his wheels. As we see what looks like Brindley as well,
45
just not having the greatest day. As he's coming through, the crash is already happening, his spotter's telling him to go high, go low, and there's nowhere for him to go. So his day went from bad to just even worse.
49 is holding him off. But here
As it looks like multiple cars done for the day.
race the line, see if 92 can
So we see cars getting ready. So that's what happened with Merrill. I think there was maybe some confusion on where to go. So he jumps inside and the speeds past all of those cars. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that to see if he's able to keep going. Yes, Tanker is still in the pits, but he hasn't been taken into the garage yet. Looks like, yeah, there's tons of engine trouble with Brindley. Seeing all the damage, he may be done for the day, though he is able to drive away. I think there is some issues with that engine.
43 are starting to drive away, and the leaders are racing back to the line. It's still early in the season, so
So we
every win
just
counts.
scroll through, make sure everybody gets to this caution flag
Turn 6, looks like the 92 is
without any issues.
49 gets a huge. It looks like the 92 is able to stay in front of the 49.
It does look like everybody is fine for the time being, although I believe most people will be taking this pit stop.
Multiple cars at the top
Yep.
are flipping over. They start to fall down right into the path of the oncoming traffic. And hard hit by number 15.
As we see, yeah, Kinshaw definitely not doing what he did previously. Though it looks like his pit crew is very good. Even taking 4 tires, he's coming out in what looks like, I mean, not third place, but he's coming out in third with those who took the pit stops, which is definitely very good. That was a very fast pit stop. I mean, we saw it in the fast speed, but he took 4 tires and he was out. So maybe he did take 4 tires previously. He just got a bad run. But we will keep an eye on that. As we get back in here, actually we can take a look while they're on the caution flag to see standings. So Gennard is in first place, purely because he did not take that pit stop, as well as I believe the first, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? The top 6 did not take any pit stop or take a pit stop this week or this caution flag. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that to see if that hurts them. As you can see, everything is slowly updating. So the top player car is Rojas, so I think he's done a net loss of 1 position so far. As we scroll down to see where everybody's driver is, Brown looks like he's not having the greatest day today, but that's fine. Flintstone is not having a great day, but I believe that's just purely because of pit stops. Yeah, as we take a look at here, Tanker, Summers, he is still in the pits. He's been in the pits for, obviously 7 laps prior to that accident. Basically, on that green flag, he went straight to the pits, and he has yet to come out of the pits. We will definitely keep an eye on him, as he has not been brought to the garage yet. He's been sitting on the pits for 7 laps and nothing. So Jones in the 99 DuPont is out, and Lopez and the 43 is out, as they were on in that accident. And then Brindley, who was in the first accident but only has some rear end damage when he he and who did he cross? When Cross took that turn a little bit too fast and took him out. So it does look like Cross is starting to gain some positions back, even with the damage done to his car. But Brindley was not able to keep out of that second accident, which happened in front of him and left him nowhere really to go. So it looks like he made an error in the first wreck, but it looks like he did not have any issues. But that second wreck definitely was not his fault, but that one was the one that took him out of the race. So we will definitely keep an eye on that. As we look, Higginbotham, I believe, has Higginbotham. He was part of that issue during while they're trying to figure out which position to go at the start, or not start, but as they were basically forming the pace line, which spun out the number 18 M&M car, and basically Higginbotham had nowhere to go, so he slammed hard into the side of the 18. So it looks like, being as farther back, looks like probably they took a little bit longer in the pits than some of the other cars, but hopefully that extra time in the pits was able to keep, they were able to fix up his car a little bit, as we are getting ready for the green flag for the second time. What a lap, and we are on lap 17 of 40. So we are almost halfway done, and it has been a very good race. Still very curious to see what the issue is with Tanker, to see if he even ever gets back onto the track just to try to gain a few more positions. As we scroll up to see, I believe Rojas is the top player car, so we will watch him in the green as we take a look on his roof as they take the green flag. So he is right behind the NHRA car. We will definitely keep an eye on her. As we see the NHRA car get a great run, as they're just pulling away from Rojas. It looks like Rojas may have did not get a great run, as the 21 just passes him very easily. Let's go ahead and get back into TV camera and take a look. And it looks like maybe he just did not get a great run. That basically just left himself open. Yeah, it does not look like he is dropping back. He's able to keep pace, but looked like he just did not get a great run on that green flag. As we take a look at this, and what's going on there? I don't know if it's green flag. No, it's still green flag. So just a lot of people. Actually, it's that entire group that did not take the pits. They decided to go on green flag. Not 100% sure why they're doing that, but that's going to only help the player cars, as those guys are going to go straight to the back of the field and maybe even a lap down, depending on how fast their pit stops are. Well, we are watching to see if the leaders fly past them, because all these guys are going to be lapped down. So they all had a decent pit stop, but here comes the leader, Scott in the 9. Yes, he's just passing every single one of them. So they have a ton of work to do now. Being an entire lap down. So we'll see how that helps or hurts them later on. As we see them join back with the pack. And see, it doesn't look like this will cause many issues. So it looks like they're almost going 3 wide in that turn. But was able to get back down to 2 wide. That looks like maybe something going on with the 13 of Parsons. It looks like he may be off the pace, as everybody's passing him. We'll keep an eye on that for now. Though Jones does look, I mean, other than that one issue, he looks very much off the pace. We're not sure what's going on with him. Let's take a look at the computer cars. Cross, which has that heavy back damage, is still keeping up with many of these cars. We take a look. It's like Rojas battling out some of those lapped computer cars, which are definitely much faster than both of these guys. So we'll see what's going on here. As yeah, Chung almost got a great run off that corner. It looks like he may, no, does not have the inside of Rojas. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on those cars that end up taking that strange green flag pit stop as they're working their way to get a, oh yeah, Chung just took that. Got a huge run out of that turn. So we scroll back, ooh, to Gennard and Kinshaw. Yeah, Gennard definitely, I believe Gennard is the fastest car today, so he's able to get his lap back, so he's definitely wanting a caution sometime soon. As, well, actually, he's not getting his lap back. He was just battling for second, as Scott is in first place in the number 9. So the 98, or yeah, 90 of Gennard, nope, of Lombard passes the 36 Higginbotham pretty well, though it looks like that front end damage is starting to weigh on his car, as he is much slower than many of the other ones, which is understandable for seeing that front end damage. As we see some of these lapped cars are definitely much faster than these middle of the pack cars. We'll see that may cause an issue later on. So we saw Tanker still in the pits. As we see the leader Scott, he's actually has a sizable lead on lap 24. Not sure if anybody's going to be able to catch him, especially because most of these cars have most of these, the top cars have an entire lap to catch up to him. So basically, like Gennard, the 92, definitely needs to get his lap back, and is either A, hoping for something to happen to the leader, slow him down, or a caution flag. As we see Rojas finally being able to try to get his position back from ice, though it doesn't look like he's going to be able to, as Flintstone in the 62 decided he is going to battle Rojas for a position, actually try to get in front of him, as I think Flintstone is a lap down. Flintstone 16th, no, actually nope, they're just battling out for a position. It is the Stratton of 49 who's having actually a decent season this year. So it looks like everything. Okay, and there we go. Now Rojas is going to again try, but it looks like he got a little bit loose on that corner, so it looks like he's probably going to be, yep, yes, Stratton in 49 just gets right past him. It looks like he got a little bit loose in that corner. So we have a few more what almost were green flag into yellow flag cautions, as there was a guy, looks like he was trying to get into the pits, but ended up getting cut off. So we'll have to keep an eye on those as people are starting to do green flag pits, as we are about what, 3/4 of the way done with the race. We see a ton of movement going on in this race. So far, it has been a pretty clean race, as it looks like Johnson and number 8, who's number 8, Goodwin, are going to be going into the pits. We watch just to make sure everybody gets into the pits cleanly, and it looks like they are. And it looks like Ice and Rojas are coming in. So I think right now, those cars that took that pit stop, or that green flag pit stop early, are going to end up getting their lap back, which is definitely good. So we take a look. Langford is actually one of the highest positions I've seen a player car, in 4th. But that probably won't last very long. Kinshaw and Shear look like they will be going into the pits, as well as Evans. Let's see if Langford is going to go into the pits or if he's just going to stay. Looks like, yeah, he is going into the pits and will give up that 4th position. As many cars are leaving the pits, as the green flag pit cycle is about finished. I believe everybody has taken their green flag pit stop, and now it's just time for people to kind of sort themselves out and us to figure out where everybody really is. As Jones is in 37th, he has just not had a great race today. He just had that one issue earlier where he got spun while they were trying to figure out where to go on that pace lap. But other than that, he's had nothing really happened. It's just, I believe that hurt. It hurt his car a lot more than it looked like it hurt his car. But we will definitely see how it shakes out at the end of this race. Looks like Langford is coming out. He's in 6th right now. We'll come back to him and see where he comes back. I looked at Evans, much slower. I think he tends to jump out into the track before his speed is ready. I think we saw it a couple races ago where he jumped out in front of a huge pack of cars and just took out almost everybody. As we see, Tanker is still in the pits with no idea what is wrong with him, as he is in the pits for like 10 laps. What lap is he on? 20 laps down. So he's been sitting in the pits for 20 laps. As we take a look after those bunch of green flag pit stops, there's been a little bit of movement. Looks like Ice now is the top player car in 22nd. So we'll have to keep an eye on them to see if they're going to need another pit stop. They have about 10 laps left. So I think most cars are probably going to want a caution in the next probably 10 laps. Though I'm not sure why these leaders again are taking pit stops. We will keep an eye on those as we see a huge race up here for, guess what, top 10 positions. But for the most part, they are sorting themselves out as Shear's going on the inside of the 25. Now it looks like he's going to be able to pass him pretty easily. As we take a look at Kinshaw, who took that risk earlier in the race, which I thought he took 2 tires, but I'm starting to think maybe his pit crew is actually just very good. As we saw that second pit stop, he took 4 tires very quickly. So maybe his pit strategy is going to pay off for him, but we will definitely have to keep an eye on that. as well, it looks like more cars are taking or are doing pits. Not sure if those, I think about 6 cars are just on a different pit schedule than everybody else, which is what it looks like they are. Which could come back to haunt them, especially if one of them decides to pull up in front of a group of cars before he is up to speed. But it looks like most of these guys are back up to speed. So Gennard now, after those pit stops, is back in 30 seconds, and Shear is in 6th. First place, let's see, I believe those 6 cars are now, yeah, those about 6 cars are on a lap down. Which, if things continue like previously, they will get their laps back on the next pit rotation, which looks like maybe in a couple of laps. But we will definitely have to see. I think I tweaked the how often to do pits, but I think I put it on a little bit too high, which is causing them to pit maybe every 5, anywhere between 5 and 10 laps. Which I guess maybe, which I think maybe is okay for, I think I would rather have them pit maybe 2 times, but it looks like they will be doing about 3, maybe 4 times, depending on if there is another caution. As we are looking at a battle for second, as yeah, Kinshaw has just drove away. Depending on when his pit schedule is, he may be driving away with this. Yeah, he may be driving away with this race. It looks like there is some battling for the top 5, which definitely looks good. As number 8, I think Goodwin is starting to drive away. As number 92 of Gennard. Definitely a good car today. Though he is the one that he is part of that group that is on that secondary pit pit group, which has just pitted. So we will keep an eye right here on Kinshaw, because right now he's on the basically the main group of pit with basically everybody but those 6 cars. So we'll definitely keep an eye on him, as we are about 5 laps away. I think he's going to take the, I believe he's on front stretch. So we're about 5 laps to go. Yeah, as Jones is just off the pace today. No, there is something, something happened to Rojas, as he is way off pace. Yeah, he was in the 20s, but now he's, 30s. And he is battling 36 with Higginbotham. So it looks like Higginbotham is able to keep him behind him. Walker Sr. looks like he's one of the top player cars. Langford 21st. Bishop battling. Oh, is he? Oh, looks like he is able to save it, but that is going to put him way off pace and that may give Walker Sr. time to catch up. So we see Orth in 19th, Hannah in 17th, Ice in 16th. Tanker in 41st, probably 25 laps down now. So we take a look. The leader. I'm wondering if that second group of pits, drivers may have made a mistake, because I'm not sure if Kinshaw even has to go into the pits again. Because right now it's what, 4? He's probably going to take 3 laps now to go. If he takes a pit stop anywhere between the last 3 laps, I mean, That's going to be terrible for him and anybody else who takes the pits. I'm really hoping that's not what they do. You know, the computer's not the smartest, as you can see people are taking pits or pit stops right now, which that's just going to put them in last, and with what, 2 laps to go for most of them, they're not going to be able to catch back up. So as we watch Kinshaw, is he going to take a stop in the next couple of laps? As he's on lap 37, he's coming around to take lap 38. So we see some people going into the pits. 4 more green flag pits, which basically just puts them at the end of the line. He's on lap 38. We're gonna see if he... Oh, looks like there is a caution flag. I'm not seeing. I saw some smoke there. It's like an engine blown on Reynolds. Let's go ahead and pause and see what happened with Reynolds. So he does have some back end damage. Oh, looks like there was... Oh, he blew an engine. So he blew an engine, slowing down from the 57, who just rides up the back of him and then gets turned by the 32. Oh yeah, that's probably going to end end 57's day. 23, which blew the engine, is probably done as well. So you see Stratton, who's running at 35th, not the greatest, is coming down. Yeah, he's gonna miss everybody, which is good.
So how do you do that? How do you be aggressive and do the things you need to do to win this race and stay?
It looks like 57 looks like he's going to miss everybody. Yeah, he's able to get back up to speed. Though that puts the caution flag out. So let's find the leader, see what he does. Because right now, he's on lap 38. Does he have enough gas to go 2 more laps? Or is he going to take a pit stop? We're just definitely going to see, as he's in the lead on lap 38, so this will end under caution. I really hope the computer's not dumb enough to send everybody into the pits on like the last lap, unless he runs out of gas. I mean, he does have a very good pit crew, but he would basically go from 1st to probably 7th or 8th. I know there was a couple more groups that went into the pits before that wreck, as well as those that were involved in the wreck also probably went to the pits. As we see Flintstone, he's 27th. He's racing around, as well as multiple other guys, as there is multiple people taking the pits, taking pit stops. And was Kinshaw one of them? Is Hannah? As nope. But multiple player cars went into the pits. So they either... The computer decided, hey, you're not very smart, and we couldn't go, you know, 2 more laps with gas, and we may run out of gas. Or they were just... The computer just decided, I'm dumb. Let's go into the pits. I'm actually not 100% sure which group Kinshaw's on. He may have taken a green flag pit stop earlier that we missed while we were watching others, but not sure. No, he's on lap 39. He shouldn't. This first group, yeah, Gennard. Is Gennard? Yeah, Gennard is 27th, so he's a lap down. I know he was in the front for a while till the two groups kind of split into two different pit strategies. And he looks like he should be, that group should actually hurt as as the race is ending under caution, and he was not able to get in front of Kinshaw to get that lap back as they are coming down to take lap number 40. So as long as Kinshaw has enough gas to basically take these last two laps, he should win. Though I've definitely seen computer cars pit on the last lap of under caution, whether it's the computer being dumb or they just knew they were going to run out of gas. So yeah, it looks like most of these back cars took a few pit stops as we see Kinshaw come down to the line. And yeah, looks like he didn't take a pit stop. Really hoping nobody takes a pit right now. As they come to the, I believe they're going to come down to the finish. Though, but yeah, from what it looks like, that when the two groups of leaders split off into the two different pit strategies, it looks like Gennard and his group ended up taking the short end of the stick as they pitted, I think, lap on 35, so that they could have enough gas to make a green flag finish. But that wreck looks like ended up helping Kinshaw, who was on that second group that has yet to pit on with the rest of the second group. It looks like most of them have pitted, so we can see if they have if he has enough gas to finish this race. He is so close. As he's coming along, really hoping he doesn't take a pit stop right now. I mean, the computer is stupid, but please don't be this dumb. As he's coming along, I mean, Kinshaw should win this race under caution. So it has actually been a pretty clean race for the last couple laps. I think they went 10 to 15 laps. Green, no cautions, a few bumps, but nothing crazy. But yeah, I think there's been 2 cautions this whole race. One in the lap 10 or so, and then now this one to end the race. So definitely, it has been a good race. Very few wrecks, very few people getting in accidents, getting out. Though Tanker has been in the pits for 20, I'd say probably 30 laps now. He went in the pits right after that caution, the first caution, and hasn't left the pits. So hasn't fixed himself, hasn't gone to the garage. He just went basically into the pits, and now 33 laps. So it looks like Michaels, Randall, yeah, those are the 2 that wrecked basically to start this caution. As we take a look at the positions, the top player car, actually Langford, he finished 4th place. Oh, wow. First off, he's going to get a huge payday. That's the top position any player car has placed, as well as points. That may jump him to the lead with 1 race left. After him, Ice finished 16th, was definitely a good race. Bishop 17th, Hannah 18th, Orth 19th, Walker Senior 20th. Batson, definitely last 2 races have been well for him. I think for the first like 8, probably for 7 races, he crashed within lap 1 or 2. Definitely not great for him, but he finished this one on the lead lap in 21st position. King 22nd, Cross, who was in that first wreck, ended up finishing 23rd, which is definitely good. Lombard 24th, Higginbotham 25th. And then as we look at this, basically this second group right here, which is basically right here to Greg and Stratton, they were in that second pit group, which ended up hurting them as they pitted but with about 5 laps remaining, and then the caution came out. So they never ended up being able to get back on the lead lap and pass the leaders. So they ended up, their pit strategy ended up coming back to bite them really hard in the back, which is sad, but it is what it is. I mean, it's a racing strategy. They just played incorrectly. And Higginbotham, he actually had some front end damage, and I think he ended up taking a pit stop late in the race as well, but he still ended up finishing 25th, which is very good. Portland Wilson, I think, is the last place car that actually will earn money today. I think he'll earn like 25, or he'll earn $500. And then Morris will be the first one. He lost $500. So any player car that finished Morris and back is going to lose $500. So which is Morris, Orman, Jones, Rojas, Brindley, Jones, Lopez, and Tanker, which Tanker just was never able to get back onto the track. But yeah, so that is the Indianapolis 500. Congratulations to Kinshaw, whose pit strategy worked very well, which probably just came into luck. But congratulations to Kinshaw for the win, and we will see everybody else on race number 10, which I believe is at Trenton's, which should be a fun race. So thanks so much for joining us, and